All right. Yo, everybody, welcome once again. It is PerezNStretch.
Yes.
So officially, this is our first podcast.
I know, and so I will apologize in advance because I thought we were just podcasting. I didn't realize we were doing a little video element, so I'd be looking a little crazy or whatever, but it's fine. We're going to keep it moving.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So look, I mean, we've been doing these videos,
yes,
and people have been liking the videos. And
Thank
so
you,
like, yo,
by the way.
Thank you, by the way. So let's give them something that they can, take in a little bit more.
Okay.
Instead of
just a minute on the gram.
Let's give them 30 minutes, yo.
Let's give it to them.
Dopeness.
Boom.
And you know what? So we was thinking our first podcast should be about something that everybody loves to do.
And is getting ready to do.
Because
it's the season.
It's the season of doing it.
I wasn't going to be that crass about it, but yeah.
Well, it is cuffing season.
And that's what we're going to talk about today, cuffing season.
Oh, man. So, it's funny because a lot of times when you look on, like, Instagram and they put up, like, those memes and things of that nature about cuffing season, like...
They're hilarious.
They're hilarious. And so one of my favorite ones, actually, is this one right here. It's called the cuffing season schedule.
Okay. So these are, like, the rules. So, okay, in case you're not familiar with what cuffing is, let's explain that.
Explain it,
So, basically, it's like as the weather gets cooler, you want a little bun to, like, be all, bunned up with,
Yeah.
But you don't want a full-on relationship. You don't want a full-on commitment. You just really want them for the cold weather months.
Right. Basically, you just want enough heat so that you don't have to burn your heat at your house to have your electricity bill go up.
And there
it is. There it is.
Boom.
And so, we're in the cuffing season now.
Are we full on in?
Full on in because the scouting season already started.
So when was that?
Scouting season is from August 1st through August 31st.
Dang, I didn't know it already happened. Okay.
I know, so
I'm behind the 8 ball.
Now we're in the drafting process.
Okay.
So out of all the scouts, now you're drafting. So now drafting is from September 1st through the 30th.
Okay.
Then
you know why? Because it's still kind of warm outside.
Yeah.
It's not full on cold, so you're really just like working through what you got.
That's right. But then my favorite is the tryouts.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to make sure everything is right
before you lock it down.
You know what I'm saying? So tryouts go from October 1st to the 31st. So, you can just bring them in, bring them out, bring them in, bring them out.
Test them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you got the preseason.
Oh.
That goes from November 1st to the 30th.
Okay.
So, you got to whittle it down a little bit, get some scrimmage time in.
Scrimmage, I hate you. All right. Okay, what else?
So cuffing season officially begins from December 1st through January 15th.
That's it?
That's it.
I don't know why I thought it went into like February.
Nah, you don't want to cuff too long because
then there's Valentine's Day.
You got to go. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be cut off by Valentine's Day.
That is it. I mean, you already in that December area.
I know that means you got a Christmas gift coming, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the least you could do.
Because you cuffing.
Yeah, I mean, you are cuffing.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fab. That's one of my favorite songs, Cuffing Season by Fab. Playoffs begin from January 16th through February 13th. You know why they end on the 13th, right?
Because that way you ain't got to buy nobody nothing.
You gonna be my Valentine's. Yeah, say it like a good old.
I will never say it like that.
All right,
because it's wrong.
Check it out. The championship game is on February 14th, but that's debatable.
Why?
Because you don't even know if you're gonna be with Slim. So you can be like, look.
Some BS.
Yeah, So you put on the back burner for a hot second, then you come back.
Post Valentine's Day, use a cheap son of a bitch.
Then you got that good spring break. Mm-hmm. That goes from February 15th about March 14th. Then you resign.
I didn't realize cuffing season was that long.
Yeah.
I mean the whole process.
It's like the NFL now. It's all year round. So you got to, get yourself together. You got to get back in shape. You got to get out there. I didn't know that. Do your little preliminary scouting, things of that nature. All right, so check this out. You can be cuffed or uncuffed around April 16th through July 31st.
While it's warm and summer.
That's it. So that is cuffing.
So have you ever cuffed?
Man, I'm the sorriest when it comes to cuffing.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why? I've never cuffed, but
I can't never get them.
You can't keep them.
I can't keep them. I throw them out.
Be fishing for chicks.
Oh man, and nothing. No bites, no nothing.
I'm sure you get a bite, but whether or not I feel like you get a bite, but you super high maintenance.
Well, there's a lot of times I get something, I just be like, I'm good.
And he throws it back a lot.
I throw.
You're the king of throwbacks. You are the king.
We ain't talking about me right now. You know what I'm saying? Keep my business out the streets, yo.
It's the truth.
But no, I think cuffing season is actually, I find it to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Because
did you consciously cuff someone? Or were you just legit trying to have a relationship and it just so happened to fall within the parameters of August and June, or what is it, April.
April. I mean, are we still talking about me, or are we talking about in general?
I mean, you.
I don't want to talk about me. Now, fine. Here's the deal. You get into a situation, you know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, this might be something that might be relatively good for me or for the other person, but then you realize, like, it's whack, yo. So I'm not going to sit up here and just, like, continue to just do something just for the sake of doing it. And, you know, cuffed or uncuffed, I'm cool. I pay my Pepco bill. I'm straight.
My damn self.
You know what I'm saying? I got shawls in the house and sweaters.
Those shawls.
Yeah.
Are you like a golden girl?
No, I'm not no
shawls. Like
girl.
who wears shawls?
Oh.
Are you 100?
Yeah, I'm 63.
Not with you. I cannot.
I'm gonna do some crosswords right now.
Right. The Washington Post Sunday crossword.
Play bingo.
I'm gonna do the crossword in pen.
C44.
Right.
Cuffin
44. You're a mess.
No, but I don't know. I mean, it's just a simple fact that I think, you know, we go through all this, the rigmaroles in order to try to get a relationship. And some people honestly think like a relationship can be developed out of cuffing season. But it all depends, though, you know, because you have to think, why did this person just pop up
now?
You know?
I mean, but it could also be your timing. It could be
true.
you know, the meant to be timing.
Well, why is this person putting in so much effort now?
Maybe they like you.
Nah, yeah, that's true.
I mean, you can't go out here thinking like everyone's thinking about cuffing season, because not everybody is. There are a lot of women out here that are just legit looking for the right one.
That's true.
And if it happens to fall within the cuffing season time frame, which is legit 9/10 of the year, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
all year
so
round. It's all year
it's
round.
gonna happen.
I think women are looking for, you know, forever cuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most, well, I can't even this day and age. I guess I can't really even say most. But, yes, I think that older women are anyways.
No, yeah, because
like the 30 and over club are.
Time's a ticking.
Yeah. Time is a ticking. That's the difference between men and women, because it's like, you know, you got the option.
According to this meme, being single is all fun and games until it's cuffing season.
Bloop.
And, him. It's cuffing season. You know what that means? Her. You're insecure and going to lead me on for 6 months. Him.
Wow. But right.
But that's true.
But right.
I don't know, man. Would you do it?
Cuff?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not about that life.
Come on now.
I'm not.
But, I mean, come on.
I'm not. Like, why is that so hard for you to believe? I'm not. Like, I feel like I work a lot, and if I'm going to invest time in you, like, it's not for S&Gs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be some... What? We can't really curse, so... And that's a challenge for me. I can? Yeah. Oh, you should have never told me that, JR.
No, please.
Yeah, so anywho, I'm just not about that life. Like, been there, done that, have the T-shirt. Would you do cuffing season? Now, as your grown self, you do cuffing season?
Well, I'm not going to state my age, but as
you old.
Yeah. But as a person of mature...
as evidenced by the grays in his beard.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think so. I don't think you will. I think you want the forever cuff too. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you are right, but it's just a fact of we live in a day and age. All right, so let's swing this from cuffing season just to dating. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My favorite topic.
Your favorite. Like, Stretch and I talk about this all the time.
My favorite topic.
He loves it.
So let's swing the pendulum a little bit. So now we're going into...
A pendulum, but go ahead.
That's what I said.
Didn't really sound that way, but go ahead. Pendulum, but go ahead.
Oh, whatever. Don't make me cuss.
I freely can, apparently.
All right, so now we're going to the dating aspect of things. So, for instance, whether it be from online dating to...
I've never done that.
Don't waste your time. To the apps.
Like Tinder and stuff.
Yeah.
Never done that either.
Yeah. Don't waste your time. Or I guess the proverbial hookup from a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got somebody I want you to meet. Right. That's all fine and dandy.
Okay.
But we live in a day and age now where I guess when it comes to dating or the possibility of dating and, you know, hopefully having a relationship, that is like that microwave kind of dating. Because everybody
what do you mean?
But because we want it when we want it now. It's like quick, fast, in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't want to spend time putting in effort to get to know somebody or whatever the case may be. Long gone are the days,
Courting.
Still with the courting, but I mean, just for the simple fact, like, if I saw someone walking down the street and I'm just, chilling, and I'm walking down the street and they catch my eye and I walk up to her and I'm like, hey, boom, 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 start a conversation. Those days are pretty obsolete.
Well, mostly because nobody's paying attention and they're all looking at their phone.
Because they're all about looking at these memes, dog.
Right.
So,
So what kind of suggestions would you give? Because I'm not out in the dating world. I'm not like, I just don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what suggestions would you give somebody on trying to get out there and meet people and date people, and like, what would be the best way to go about doing that in this day and age?
In this climate, I would say more or less meetups.
What's like a meetup?
Like a meetup, like Meetup is a website. You go to Meetup. And
I didn't. I mean, again, I don't know what these things are, so you got to tell me. I thought you were saying like, let's meet up.
What are you, born under a rock?
Evidently, it's just not it's not in my wheelhouse. Right.
So you go on like these meetups, so you can find like things that interest you.
Mm-hmm.
For you.
So like, if I'm a hiker or I like movies, or that's interesting. Okay.
And we know you like to crochet.
Said no one ever.
Deja sits there.
Deja doesn't. Deja doesn't.
She made me some Nike socks.
Deja's grandmother does, but Deja does not. Like, that doesn't happen. I promise you.
But that's what it is. Like, you go and you put in like the certain things that you're interested in, and then they'll be like.
So they match you based on your interests.
Yeah. So, but not you matching you with individuals. It'll be like different groups that you can join. You go to these groups,
that's interesting.
It'll be like mad people there or a few select people, and then introduce yourself, make a new friend, ha ha, he he, and all that good stuff.
Huh. Okay.
So I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I would suggest
like
doing
it would
stuff
be
like
successful.
That. Or utilize some of those like little classes and stuff like that. Like
what classes?
Like the cooking classes. You like the Groupon joints or something like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Or do what I like to do. Go to my favorite cigar lounge and just sit back, chill, relax, and have a cigar.
Are there a lot of women in cigar lounges?
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of women that love cigar lounges and love cigars. Not just maybe just to smoke, but they love just to be around. Yeah, see?
JR concurs.
knows. He concurs.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
That's a good spot to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, if you try and find yourself a nice sugar daddy.
Why gotta have a sugar daddy?
You can either hang out at the car wash, the lottery line, or the cigar lounge.
Those options are like Wick or I don't know, like the W Hotel. Like those are your options right now. I can't with you.
But yeah, I mean, I just find dating just to be at this point in time in my life, it's kind of like.
Is it a nuisance?
It's a nuisance. It's annoying as.
Because it seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it. For you, anyways.
That's why I love watching like Insecure, because it's kind of like you live your life through these characters for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like especially like this past season, I think there's moments of me where I saw myself in like the Lawrence character a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then I see like parts of me like in the Issa character a little bit. I mean, we all have, I think they represent a little bit of everybody at a certain point in your life,
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like when you watch shows like that, it kind of gives you a little hope because, even though it is fictional.
But it's also someone else is like me.
But it's also someone else out there is sort of like me.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely relatable. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Dating is one of those things that I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out but not really trying to figure it out at the same time, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So, I don't know.
But then when is the right time for you to figure it out?
That's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know that it ever will be. I don't know. Because in like the spirit of being honest, since you don't ever want to talk about yourself, so I was like quasi talking to this guy. I don't know. I didn't really call it talking. I called it like, I met him through someone, right? One of my girlfriends was like, you guys seem like you've been through the same things, like you'd be good to meet.
Right.
Not like necessarily for anything, but just like good to meet. So we met and we hit it off and it was like really dope. And it was legit when we first left the like venue for dinner or whatever, right? I was like, yo, you've kind of like restored my faith in guys. Like, cause I really thought that all the, dudes out here were like not about nothing. You know what I mean?
Should've told him that.
Whatever. I wasn't trying to holler. I was just being real.
I know. I got you. Go ahead. Finish
so that's all. But the thing is, like, I kept emphasizing to him, like, I'm really not ready. Like, you're gonna be in the friend zone. You know what I mean? Not that I think there's anything wrong with you, but I'm not ready.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? And so he was really dope about it, and he was really, but I don't know. I'm just like, I realized when I started talking or whatever to him that it brought up things that I need to work on myself, like drama from my past relationship that just kind of became your new normal, like, stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
if I don't text you and you text me back or something, then I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna show up in my house? Like, 'cause crazy ex would do that. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So stuff like that. It wasn't anything he did, but it was stuff that I was used to because of the craziness that I've been through. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So I think I'm in the process of like trying to work through that crazy. But I didn't realize that I needed to work through the crazy because I never really put myself in the situation to like test it. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So, but I don't know. I don't really know when, however, I don't know how that's going to work.
I mean, that's just a decision that you're just going to have to just come up on your own and just actually just, put your right foot forward and just
But you
take
know
a
what?
step.
Like real talk, I get really discouraged though because I feel like when I talk about everybody's dirt all the time. That's what I do. But it's like it's really discouraging. You see these people, they start out, everything is all good. And then like this one cheated on that one. That one has a baby by this one. Like why is it so difficult to be like monogamous? Why is it so difficult? And the thing is, it's different. If we started a relationship and was like, yo, I'm not about this monogamous life. So I'm going to have multiple whatevers. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about that life too. That's fine.
Right.
But if I have a conversation with you and you're like, no, we're in a monogamous, just you and me relationship. Meanwhile, you're out here doing X, Y, and Z with everything that has a vagina or hole. Then, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Titties.
these don't have holes.
Well, I mean,
Unless you mean the middle.
Yeah,
But
little middle. Make a little titty hole pie.
that seems so inappropriate. That seems so incredibly inappropriate.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Whatevs. So yeah, but I mean the thing is like that's the issue though. You know what I mean? Because the problem is like guys will be like, yeah. I want a chick that's loyal, and then you out here not being loyal. Like what is that?
But you know what that is? It's called options. Everybody feels the need to have so many damn options around nowadays that it makes it harder for people to actually, put in the genuine work that it needs to have a real relationship.
Sad, though.
And I think it's not even. And you know what? And it's funny too because when I lived in LA, I found dating to be hard out there in LA, just for the simple fact that if you break it down from the percentage of African Americans out there, it's not too many.
Surprisingly, there aren't.
There's not a lot, and so then you get it's one of those transit cities too, where everybody's out there to be somebody.
Right.
So
they're from everywhere.
They're from everywhere. So and it's just a hard city to kind of like date more or less, and then like the locals or those the folks who are born in Los Angeles or whatever the case may be or wherever it is in California, they typically either you don't really see them much or they dipped or whatever the case may be. So it's just like it was just a hard city. New York, another hard city to date in, because when I lived there,
I wouldn't think New York would be that hard to date in.
It is, because if you see something and you see someone that's dope or whatever that catch your eye, and again being it's a transit city. And you on that train, you got to say something first. You got to say it quick.
Oh, I mean, you definitely got to be about your game.
Yeah,
but
because the chances you run into them again,
never.
Slim to none.
And if you do, then that in and of itself means that y'all should be doing.
Serendipity.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And that's a restaurant in New York by an ice cream place. But God.
Oh yeah. Serendipity.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Oh,
Don't.
I'm
That doesn't
sorry.
mean do more.
Okay, all right. But no, but it's true. It's just like I find that when you
So okay,
open
you've
up,
done LA, you've done New York.
DC.
Yeah. So what's DC?
All right, so I'm gonna be real with you.
I mean, because I've been 100% for the record. You be real.
I am real. I find this city
With
to
your
be
tap
one of
dancing
the-
answers.
No, I find this to be one of the hardest cities to date in too.
Why?
Because it's not based off of everyone bases things off of who you are, what you do, and who you know. It's not a genuine feeling of when you first meet somebody. What are the first two questions that come out of someone's mouth once you meet someone or introduce yourself to them? Oh, so what do you do? Oh, so who do you know? Where do you work? What do you do? I'm like, yo.
I mean, what do you do is a pretty that's small talk 101.
I don't want to talk about that. Who cares about that? That's
Because
something-
it's a big piece of who you are.
But my job don't define me.
No, but it is what you do.
But
you legit spend 8 hours of your day there.
Maybe.
8-ish. Well, you're different, but.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, like, I think that's something that you can get to down, you know.
So what would your first questions be to someone?
Name your top 5 MCs.
Okay, because she's a boy. Uh-huh.
No. What? No.
That's such a boy question to ask.
it's
Your
not.
top 5 MCs. I mean, I'm a hip hop head, so that's different. But the regular chick might not be a hip hop head.
Well, I mean, tell me one of your favorite artists of all time. So give me a name of your favorite album. I mean, I just want something. Not everything has to be so, you know, stringent and to the point of where you're checking off a checklist.
I think you might be hypersensitive on that.
Nah,
just a little bit.
Nah.
Because the thing is, it's not unusual to meet someone and be like, hey, so what do you do? That's not unusual. That's not like what's in your bank account? It's not like that.
Trust me.
I mean, unless it's the chicks you pick,
No.
and, you know, that's a whole nother situation.
Here's the deal. You can't really speak on it because you haven't been out here like that.
You're right, but I have casual conversations with people, and casual conversations include, so what do you do?
I don't want to talk about that.
You are a big fat hater.
I'm not a hater. It's like, why do I have to talk about what I do? If I'm coming from work, meeting you, last thing I want to talk about is is work.
Soft spot.
You know what I'm saying?
We done touched a nerve.
I want to get to know the person, man.
Okay.
And then still, I mean, that's all fine and dandy as I said before, like it'll eventually come down the thing. I mean, especially, look, we both know this. We work in radio. Mm-hmm. Last thing I want to do is be like, hey.
Hey, I'm Stretch from the radio.
Hey, I'm Stretch from the radio. They already, ting, 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 ting.
Right.
Mine's going a mile a minute. Yeah.
I feel you on that. Still think you're a tad hypersensitive about it, but
you
whatever.
tripping, yo. You had me cuss. Now I'm gonna
Listen, and you dropped the F-bomb too. It wasn't even like I said bitch, but you dropped the F-bomb. Like you went hard in the paint. For that one, you feel a way about that. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
Now you're just saying.
I'm just saying.
Fish easy, mine easy.
Yeah.
Fish easy.
But no, I mean, now, you know, just dating in general. Like, this is I don't know.
You know, it's hard. It's frustrating because I think that when you're like probably 30 and over in your 20s, you're not really worried. Not really worried about that. You know what I mean? Because you partying, you chilling, you getting your grind on, whatever. But when you hit your 30s, you're like, maybe I'd chill a little bit with somebody. Maybe I'd like to find somebody to chill with. You know, it's not out of the realm of possible, you know, to want that. But you know, it's just hard.
But I think what it is too is after you get a certain age, like you want to deal with less BS.
Absolutely,
you know
absolutely. Yeah,
and
I think that my bullshit meter is way low.
Oh yeah, my BS meter is just like at negative.
Yeah,
0.
like I've got literally like the running joke, right? If I ask you what time it is and you tell me that it's 1:15, but it's really 1:17, like you got to go because you's a liar. You's a damn lie.
And I bet you that's real life with you too. That's a damn shame. Maybe the man's clock is off. You gonna diss a dude because he's 1 minute off on his watch? You tripping, yo. See, that's why.
I said I'm working on me. I said I got issues. I'm working on me. Shoot.
That's that. Yeah, you need some work.
Pot kettle. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Meditation helps you out.
I don't want to talk about my job. That's you. I'm serious. That's you.
Yo, come on, man. But nah, this is you stupid. But nah, the real is like I guess now, too. Like you made a good point, but like because once you get over a certain age, like 35 and above, you setting your ways on a lot of stuff too. Mm-hmm. So the less aggravating a person can be, the better. Mm-hmm. But the more like, and I put it to it like, if you're not used to being in certain situations where you have to deal with a lot of back and forth conversation wise, or not even just that, or just I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you just want to, you have to make sure that you compromise. Thank you. When you're compromising, some people suck at compromising because they're so used to just doing things their way. Ding, that be me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what are you doing to work on it?
I meditate. I go see my therapist. Therapy is good.
Therapy. So we're going to do a whole separate podcast about mental health in the Black community and all that jazz. Because
I ain't saying that crazy now.
And that's why we're going to do a whole separate podcast on mental health in the Black community. That is the precise reason. But yeah, I mean.
But it's good, though.
The thing is, like, okay, so you reach a certain point in your life, right? And you're like, okay, I got to do something different. Then what? Like, you do something different, or you're willing, you're open, and then the person doesn't come. like a lot of times people take their lack of being able to find their quote unquote soulmate as a reflection, like a negative reflection on them.
And I think that goes, back to what I was talking about with the dating sites and the apps and things of that nature. Because when you look at it, okay, how am I going to justifiably make a clear and concise decision off of reading someone's 4 to 5 sentence memo or bio, and then looking at these, their dopest pictures that they put up there? Because that's all you're looking at. Because that's exactly what's going to attract you. It's just going to be the aesthetics, and you be like, oh, let me read. Yeah, that's all right, but she dope. And then
but she bad.
You know what I'm saying? And you be liking, and next thing you talking, and then you meet, and you be like, waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just like you want to put yourself in a position where you're able to, again, I guess, meet your quote unquote soulmate, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because you want to sit out and wait, because that's I always hear, oh, you gotta wait your timing. God knows when your time is. God's working on your time.
Right. Everyone says that.
Yeah. So I mean, and I get it, and I know it's true. You know what I'm saying? I believe wholeheartedly that's true, but we still gotta put in a little, initiative on our own.
So it's kind of like, I believe, and you can say what you want, but I believe that
children are the future.
That in its right time for me, right? Like I think that if I do work on me, then, and God sees that effort, then whomever is meant for me will appear, right? Not like mysteriously like fall from the sky, but whatever, like just appear, right? But until I'm willing to do work on me, then whoever it is that he has for me isn't going to come my way, because I'm not ready for that right now.
Well, then you better start the work.
Okay.
Yeah, because cuffing season.
And what you gonna do?
I'm getting out here and start cuffing. I'm cuffing how.
That's what he's gonna be doing, and then throwing them back, like you always do.
Hey, man.
Like you always do.
That's why I got a strong forearm and a bicep. Just tossing them.
You are a mess. All right, so we're about to wrap things up. We're gonna do this again next week. We'll have hopefully we'll have the game to play next week.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Be sure to follow us each on our Instagram at StretchG,
at Deja Perez,
and also coming soon at PerezNStretch,
yes.
IG.
I was supposed to set that up, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I've been BSing because I was supposed to do that 2 months ago. But whatever.
Sing a Negro
Are you
spiritual.
Negro spiritualing me right now? Rolls eyes. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.